The Morimoto XB LED headlight is the best looking, best performing headlight upgrade you can do to your 14 to 15 Sierra 1500 or your 15 to 19 Sierra HD. I'm going to run through what makes this headlight special and show you how to install it later in the video. It doesn't matter if your truck has the original LED daytime running light or not. It doesn't matter if you've got the 14 to 15 1500 or the 15 to 19 heavy duty. The same headlight works on all that body style of truck. The design of this headlight is supposed to treat your truck like a facelift. You get the style and look of the newer headlights on your older truck, except these perform better than all of them. The way it works is you've got this large C-shaped DRL. Now, this is dual intensity, so when you're running around town with your headlights off, you get it in bright mode, and this thing is super bright, using Osram 5000K LEDs in a true OEM style diffused daytime running light pattern. Don't get it twisted with other styles out there. This one is built just like OEM. You get what you pay for. In the middle, you have this massive 3-inch bi-LED projector. It's significantly brighter than your stock headlights. The turn signal is also integrated into the design. Down here on the bottom section, you can either have it running in sequential turn signal mode, my favorite, or your standard on and off blinking mode. It's really up to you, and it's really easy to adjust. The front of the headlight is OEM grade also. UV resistant hardened polycarbonate lens that's as good or better than your stock headlights. The back is a special plastic that's harder and more durable than your original headlights. What it comes down to is no steps were skipped. These things are built to the highest quality imaginable. They look great and they perform even better. Now, talking about performance, check out this beam pattern. First, I'm going to show you the original headlights that came on your truck. These are a projector headlight, so they've got that cutoff, but they're really lacking in two things, the most important two things. This is why you buy these headlights, not just for the style. The original headlights here, you've got your cutoff line, you've got your hot spot, but they're not very bright and they're kind of yellow looking. Now look what happens when we turn on the Morimoto XB headlights on the same truck. Your beam pattern is the same shape relatively, but it's significantly wider, it's a better color with that pure white, and it's way brighter. See for yourself, the choice is pretty clear from here. When you turn on the high beam on these Morimoto headlights, you get even more light above the cutoff where you need it when you're all alone on the highway. They're brighter, they look better, and guess what? They're also DOT and SAE approved. No issues with inspection here, they're perfectly street legal. Imagine that. Now when it goes to install, it really can't get any easier than this. First, let's talk about adjusting the headlights. If you want to see how to adjust your headlights, go check out our other video about how to aim and align headlights. It's not that tough, and it's a simple 5-minute job. On the XB headlights, you've got the same type of headlight adjusters that you're going to find on your original headlights. So for the most part, it's a very easy process. The first one is going to be right here. This is going to be your main up and down adjustment like your original headlights had. You even have the opening from the top where you can put the screwdriver in and turn. So when you're doing your aiming against a wall on flat ground, that's the one you're going to use. However, there is a secondary adjustment on the Morimoto XB that you don't get anywhere else. This is super nice if you want to really fine-tune exactly how your headlights work for you on your truck. The horizontal aim is right here. Now this is an option that most headlights don't have, and it's unique to Morimoto. If you get the headlights installed and you wish they were a little closer together or a little farther apart to suit your driving preferences, you use this guy with a screwdriver. Yes, you have to have the headlight off the truck, but the install's not that tough anyway. We'll go over that in just a minute. As you can see on the back side of the headlight, it's designed exactly to OEM spec. You've got your LED drivers, you've got your moisture vents to keep them free from fog, and you have OEM style connectors. This headlight is actually super easy to install. It kind of looks like there's a lot going on, but you basically have 3 connections. If you have the OEM LED daytime running light, which some trucks do and some trucks don't, all you have to do is plug in this harness. It looks exactly like your original headlight harness. There's nothing else to it. That's your one harness. If you don't have the OEM LED daytime running lights, you take this adapter off and you only plug in this harness. Now, to get the daytime running light to work, you run it with this and a fuse tap. We're gonna go over that part of the install in just a minute, but it's really quite simple. You've got one cord that goes here and a fuse tap that goes into your battery. No cutting, no splicing, super easy, practically plug and play. Now to switch between the different turn signal modes, you have this set of wires. When they're disconnected, you're gonna get the scrolling sequential LED turn signal like this. This is my favorite style, but a lot of people think it looks a little busy or they just want it to look a little bit more normal. If you connect the two wires, now you have your standard blinking on and off turn signal. It's really that easy. If you like what you see so far, I need you to do two things. Stay tuned for the install and subscribe. This is not the last GMC Sierra video Headlight Revolution is doing, so make sure you don't miss the next Sierra video that we show off. If the headlights here aren't exactly what you want, go check out our other videos because we have different Sierra lighting products that don't involve an entire headlight replacement. We have light bulb upgrades, we have turn signals, we have fog lights and reverse lights. Anything you want for your Sierra, we got on the rest of our videos in the channel. So now, let's talk about the install.
This is Caleb with Headlight Revolution. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and let's get started. So once you have the hood popped open, next thing you're going to do is remove these plastic clips. There is 12 of them, so go ahead and start doing that. So with those plastic clips removed now, you're free to go ahead and pull off this little part and set it aside. So once that's done, the next part you're gonna have to remove is this rubber little liner here. So first you're gonna start here by pushing down to release this clip from the fender. So the next part here, there is a clip over in the middle. You're gonna have to pull up on it to release it from the fender. So with those two clips removed, you can now pull the liner from the vehicle. Just pull straight forward and set it aside. So with that removed, the next step is to pull the grill. There is a series of 4 10mm bolts running along the top. Go ahead and remove those. So with those removed, now you're free to pull the grill. There's 2 sets of clips here, top and bottom. So let's start with the top clips. Now if this is a new truck and your first time pulling it apart, it is going to fight you a little bit. Set this off to the side. So with the grill removed, what we're going to do now is loosen the bumper up. You are technically supposed to remove it, but you don't have to. We're going to work around that. So there are 2 18mm bolts on each side that we need to remove. One located here and one located inside here. You will need an extension to reach this. So I do apologize, it is going to be kind of hard to spot, but if you do take the grill off, peek down there, you'll be able to see this guy sitting down there. So with that side done, now we're going to go ahead and move on to this side. So for this one here, we are going to have to get under the vehicle. You're going to have to reach straight up. And this is the last bolt we need to do to make the bumper loose. It is a 15mm and you'll probably want an extension. And there's one other one as well on the other side. So the next part here is we're going to remove a 7mm bolt from the flare. So go ahead and remove that. Now your flare should be loose. So with that 7mm removed, there's one more 10mm right here. Remove that. So with this step done, next we're going to be removing these trim pieces. So this is why you loosen the bumper. So if you're working on the driver's side, go ahead and grab hold of your bumper and shift it to the right. This is just to gain some clearance to pull off this trim piece. Next, we're going to come down here and with both bolts removed, it's just pop clips And with that side done, go ahead and grab hold of the bumper once more, shift it to the new side. Again, just to make that space so we can pull this panel out. With that done, now you can go ahead and get to work on that panel. So with those removed, all we have to do now is remove the 4 10mm bolts. Let's see one here, here, up top, and here. So with those bolts removed, the headlight's free to come off the vehicle. So go ahead and grab it on both sides and lightly caress it. With the headlight housing free from the vehicle, all we have to do is remove the one connection. So grab the clip here, push down, and wiggle it loose, and set it off to the side. So we're almost ready to install our XB headlights, but we need to go over the DRL harness first. Now this Sierra 3500 doesn't need to run the DRL harness because it has factory DRL. But for those who do, this is how we're going to do it. So first step with routing this DRL harness is to open up your fuse box. So we're going to go ahead and start here. 2 tabs on each side, push outwards, lift up, and this should just come right off the back. So here's the fuse box open. This is the fuse that we're going for. It's a little hard to see, but that's the one you want. So grab a pair of needle nose pliers and grab it and lift straight up. And now all we're going to be doing is replacing it with the fuse tab. That's just going to take place right where that stock fuse went. Fits nice and snugly, no play, just like OEM. And now we'll go ahead and route the wiring. So with the fuse box closed up, now we're left with 2 DRL leads. One's going to be closest down the wire loom, that's your driver's side. The longer side is going to be routed to your passenger side. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and route our DRL leads. Go ahead and run it underneath this metal bracing. And do keep a note, the shorter side stays on the driver's side. So we'll put this here. So now we're going to go ahead and route our wiring straight over the top here. I'm going to go ahead and use the factory loom, and we're going to put our connection on the passenger side. So I know you're itching to get the XBs on your truck, but you have one more thing to do. There's 2 T20 Torx bits on the bottom here. We need to remove this plastic piece and recycle it onto the XB. So go ahead and grab your T20 Torx bit. So with these removed, you're free to pull this off your headlight. So now that we got this bad boy in hand, go ahead and grab your plastic piece you just removed. Let's go ahead and put it on the XB. So flip it upside down and you'll see your 2 T20 Torx bits here. This piece, go ahead and put it on the housing. And now it's going to slide up. So you're going to see it fit here. You want to pull this up so that these are flush, fitting right here, allowing your T20 Torx bits to go back in their home. So with this in place now, the XB is finally ready to go on the truck. So with the XB finally up to the truck here, we're ready to connect it and finish the install. So connect the main headlight plug, and here is the DRL connection from the XB. This is going to go into the DRL harness we ran from the fuse box. Connect it like so. Another connection you will see on the back side of your XB is your sequential turn signal plug. Normally right off the bat, it's going to come unplugged. This is going to do that cool chase style sequential turn signal. If you plug it in like so, this is your traditional on-off turn. We're going to unplug this because we kind of like the chase effect. Alright, so the headlight is finally up to the vehicle. Go ahead and bolt everything up, tidy any wires you have hanging loose. So before we button up the truck fully, go ahead and run through the headlight sequences just to make sure everything's working properly for you. All said and done with that, go ahead and button up your truck, tidy up any loose wires, and you're good to go. So you did the headlights, let's talk fog lights. The Morimoto XB LED fog lights work hand in hand with the XB LEDs. The beam pattern is perfect, no glare, 10-year warranty is a huge plus, and they're direct replacements with your factory units.
If you're like me and you can't stand the stock headlights when they could be better, then this is an easy choice. The Morimoto XB LED headlights are brighter, they're better, they're safer, and they're cooler than what you have now, and they're better than everything else on the market. If you want headlight upgrades, this is it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go check out our other videos and subscribe so you don't miss the next Sierra videos we got coming your way.